Now to a grieving father's fight to bring down a bizarre and dangerous cult. Soul Freedom claims to give followers a hotline to heaven. Instead, families like John Blackman's are being torn apart. He blames the group for the death of his son Peter, and he won't stop until the cult's leaders are made to pay.
They are a curse.
They perform exorcisms.
It's the stuff of nightmares, a cult that brainwashes people into believing they can talk to the dead and communicate with guardian angels, charging them thousands of dollars to do it.
The leader actually believes that she is Jesus Christ.
We first exposed this lot 3 months ago when we visited their headquarters here in Mount Morgan in central Queensland. Now we've returned with a desperate dad convinced this group caused the death of his son.
It has shattered our life, absolutely shattered our life.
John Blackman will never get over losing his 36-year-old son, Peter.
We've lost our boy because of these people. And my wife declares that they killed him. And I agree with her. They killed him.
You believe they killed Peter?
I believe they killed him.
John's travelling to Mount Morgan from South Australia in search of the leaders of Soul Freedom. He wants to ask why his only son and best mate was driven to suicide after going through their bizarre courses.
He'll always be with me.
You miss him terribly, obviously.
Oh, words can't describe how much I miss him. Because he was such a good boy. I'm sorry.
I say, are there any words to describe what you've been through, do you think?
No, you can't. You can't describe the heartbreak that's been put on us by these people.
Evil bloody people,
they're not going to let us see the granddaughter.
They're not even going to let Sarah see her with us.
Last time we were here, it was with Sandra and Brian Allvad, who were looking for their daughter Geraldine and granddaughter Alex, who'd disappeared into the cults. We tracked Alex down to this farmhouse where she was hidden away by cult members. But police told Sandra because her mother had given permission for her to stay here, there was nothing she could do.
We thought she was a prisoner. Now we jolly well know it.
This time there was no one at the farm when John came looking, and no one at any of the other properties owned by the cult. So John sought help from someone who knows the sect's dirty secrets.
They brainwash the recruits and they hide them away in safe houses.
Cindy Ferricks was a member for 2 years before she escaped. Cindy says they deliberately destroy families.
I was told to find my husband a girlfriend so he wouldn't be a distraction for me. Also, I was told that he was a very bad person. I've also witnessed other members in the cult where they've been told exactly the same thing, that their family members are rapists, child molesters, things like that, which is, you know, it's insane.
His whole personality changed. And there were some people talking to him, angels calling him.
So you thought he'd lost the plot?
I was sure he'd lost the plot.
No one knows what went through Peter Blackman's mind before he took his own life. What we have are a series of emails he sent to cult leaders after he left, asking them to return his life savings. $170,000 he'd given them to invest. The money was never returned, and his dad said Peter became increasingly depressed. Where are the angels?
Who knows? They're probably running away at the moment. Now please, go away, leave me alone.
Finally, we found Ian Mansell, one of the group's founding members. He claims the cult has broken up and refuses to accept responsibility for what happened to Peter Blackman.
He committed suicide.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Nothing to do with me!
You heard him.
Don't you tell me that he committed suicide because of me.
He went up there a natural, normal boy and came back with all the spooks in him.
They are family destroyers and personality destroyers for their own benefit.
So this was all about making money?
To make money, definitely.
Cindy says she spent $10,000 doing angel courses. Others, like Marlene Harbottle, who refused treatment for cancer, believing angels could save her, turned over her entire estate to the cult. Oh, come on, this is a con, isn't it?
No, it's not
Just a con, a money-making con.
It's not a con. What are you here for?
Well, I'm here to ask you these questions.
Organisation, call it what you like. It's a cult, and they're ripping people off.
We're not ripping
We're
anybody
talking about
off.
exorcisms, angel counselling. This is gobbledygook. It's rubbish.
Well, you think so. I don't.
Because John's traced Peter's money overseas, authorities say they can't help him. But John's determined to keep fighting. Do you think Peter would appreciate what you're doing? What would he say?
I'm sure he would have. He'd say, go and get him, Dad.
Chris Allen investigating, and John Blackman will continue his hunt for the secretive leaders of Soul Freedom. We'll let you know how he goes.